in just for a couple of days and just engage with these writers, especially the editors that are posting on a regular basis, and allow them to do. So that's my spiel for this week. We are 17 minutes after, and I am going to bring in my guest, Mr. Justin Jenkins. Oh my God. He is the managing editor of one of my favorite publications. It's called The Quintessential Gentleman. And I'm sure it's a play on GQ. He'll tell me why. But I have been following The Quintessential Gentleman ever since the publisher, Eric Thomas, started. And I think I've written a couple of articles for them. They did pay. They paid on time. I didn't have any problem. And I have just seen their audience grow and grow. And I'm super excited to bring on my guest, Mr. Jenkins.
How's it going, Darralynn? How's it doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Just getting this week started, pushing through. How are you? It was great hearing your show and just some of the advice you was giving on just networking and kind of building those relationships. It's cool because we're actually working on the power of networking too for like one of our issues that's coming out. So it's good that you're, kind of telling your audience about, just how important networking is.
Awesome. So thank you for joining me today. For the people that don't know about Quintessential Gentleman, tell me about this magazine.
Yeah, media platform dedicated to highlighting the stories for Black and brown men, the positive stories. So anything from arts, entertainment, technology, business, entrepreneurship. We're just creating our own lane and helping change the narrative for Black men. We release 4 issues a month that speaks to Black and brown men. And
4 issues a month?
Yeah, sorry. Can you imagine? 4 issues.
Whoa!
Yes. Yeah. So it's just been great in building and just, making sure that, we're seeing and just telling different stories that is not always out there, especially in media.
Why the magazine route? Why not a blog? Why put together a new magazine for Black men?
Well, it started out as a blog. I came on about 3 years ago, and then they've been around for about 7 years. Started as a blog.
7 years? Wow.
Naturally. Well, this March will be 7 years. That's coming up, the 7th anniversary. And I think it just grew naturally, and we saw that there was a need for it. People like yourself seeing it and just seeing the importance of it. And it just made sense to, kind of see how it can evolve. So from doing events and, just doing so many different things is literally just all to build this kind of network of just Black men who get to see a representation of themselves.
No, I think it's amazing. And it's a testament of what you can do. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, my phone is ringing. It's a testament of what you can do when you build your own audience. I want to talk a little bit about that. How, if someone were to create a strategy, what would be the first thing that people would do if they say, hey, I see a need and I want to create this for that need? What would be the first thing?
Well, what I found was that focusing on, obviously you want the entertainers, you want the big names, and you want, these huge kind of personalities, but at the same time, focus on community, right? Because you want your own ambassadors. So you want someone to spread your word that believes in your vision, that buys your merchandise, and someone can say, well, what's the Quintessential Gentleman? And, what are you reading if you have the print issue? And, you have people who look like you, the everyday person who might be making impact in their community when it comes to police reform or build a small business and things of that nature. So it's literally start with community and not so much focusing on the celebrity of it all, what seems like it happens in a lot of industries. So just focusing on community and building ambassadors who will want to spread your word for you.
No, I love that answer because so much of what you guys do is on social media as well. Talk about everything that you do that's outside of the printed pages and why that's so important too.
Yeah, definitely. So, Eric is really great with our social media. We all wear so many different hats. And when we see things that entertain or start a conversation, evoking emotion, or again, changing that narrative of what we usually see from Black men, right? Or what kind of dangers that's always posted or what might be always engaged or commented on. We're saying, look how beautiful it is this Black teacher is, giving his students a speech that's in kindergarten that empowers them and things of that nature. So, we and events. We've produced events for the New York Latino Film Festival that kind of introduce different people and communities and different industries to tell their stories and kind of give advice and help. We've done things like Black Men in Tech, which we did virtually because of COVID. And then, we've also produced a series called Black Men Get Some Therapy that we just had, Black men therapists come on and speak about certain things that we face and give us, quick little tidbits to kind of help set people up to say mental health is important. In the fashion space, we have our Turn Gentleman digital series where we are speaking to fashion and why it's important for Black men to show up, looking good, feeling good, and just the that we have out there. So, we're still growing, and that event space is really good to kind of have community and build that community and pick ideas and just see each other and just have a different type of feeling of what we might be used to get invited to or the seats at the table that we've been at.
So your role as managing editor, correct?
Yes.
So, traditionally a managing editor would hire writers, would edit writers, but you're also doing interviews, you're also creating social media content for the people that are getting into this industry. How well-rounded, how many skills do you have to be a managing editor?
That's so different. I took a route to this path, and it's just been great. I am, a creative. I love telling stories, sharing stories creatively, from just, directing, producing some things on the side, or, writing scripts, and then coming into the journalism space.
You started in film.
So I was like, I studied English in college, and I was going to go in. I want to be a screenwriting.
Right, yeah.
And met Eric, and I said, well, this is another way of telling stories as well. So falling into that, I'm still able to flex my creativity. So you definitely have to be well-rounded enough to understand that you're going to wear many different hats. You're gonna have to bring something that is different, especially from an independent platform like we have, and to be able to capture this ever-changing world and a news cycle. So you definitely have to be well-rounded in how you want to tell stories, right? So extension of social media from events, telling how we're setting up our events to tell stories. Then obviously you have your traditional articles, you have your interviews and the questions you're asking. So you need to just be ready to jump in at any point, at any time. This world, like you said, the news cycles and the amount of pitches that come through and the people that want to have access to your audience, it is nonstop. So, when things just needs to happen, even Eric as a founder, he's still jumping in and, interviewing, doing great interviews as well. So it's definitely being well-rounded enough. And if you are asking your writers or whoever's on your team for something, you should be able to also do it.
Ooh, okay. Speaking of that, how do you say that again?
That touch a nerve?
Yeah, because I know I'm supposed to be learning how to edit, but I certainly wish that I could just give that to someone else. Because I'm doing Instagram posts now. I'm doing sponsored and influencer, and my editing just sucks. That's all.
Yeah, but then also teamwork, right? There's things that I might lack, and I'm like, well, we have Eric. We tackle different of what it means to put the puzzle together. So that's pretty much it is, right? So there's things like I said, you should be able to do things. Also, hey Eric, I need you to touch this, or we're learning Canva and all these other ways that.
Oh, I love Canva, right? Thank God for Canva, right?
But it is what you're investing in yourself. Not only just monetary. Are you reading? Are you looking at guys? Like, what are you doing to kind of just enhance certain skill sets? And I say that too because video editing is tough too. So I'm like,
yes.
Yeah. And then I guess we all need to figure out where the classes are at. Just get to it.
Or let me know what the AI is, what the AI programs are that too. But when you're looking for these authentic voices to join your team, what's the best way for someone to introduce themselves to you?
Commenting. Oh shoot. Oh, sorry. You can see me. Yeah. Commenting a lot, engaging with us, right? Seeing that, hey, you do see that we're here, and this is something that strikes a nerve and makes you feel something. And if you have the passion to be a writer or other positions, maybe we've seen some comments and we're like, oh wow, this person really is feeling us, and maybe you send us a DM, but obviously traditional email and introducing yourself. There's times that we do put out a call to, if you're looking for freelancers or, a staff writer, we definitely make those posts. But again, this new age, at least for me, I like to see, wow, someone engaged, someone responded, and it wasn't just, I'm looking for this, help me. It's just like, you admire the work, because that means you now have an understanding of the audience and you want to contribute to that.
No, that's a great tip. I love that. What if I am a brand, or what if I am a publicist and I want my face in the magazine? What is the best route?
Well, we have well, of course, we have our guidelines of what makes sense, and if it makes sense to have certain brands in that speaks to our audience and remain authentic, of course. But we have our team that we see the email, we go through it, we say what angle it is, and just kind of does it make sense and does it align? And that's also for the brand as well. You don't want to just say, here you go, and it's like, well, did it align with who Quintessential is? And if not, we rather make sure we're adding as much value to the brand that they will add to us as well.
So you said you were getting a lot of emails. What always stands out to you, Justin, that you always click on?
I click on everything, but
you do? You go through every email?
Every email.
That's amazing.
It's just some things you gotta unsubscribe from because you just got your email and they put you on these lists, and it's like you said, it doesn't align everything. But for the most part, we've been really good at how we're building relationships with PR and whoever's trying to pitch to us. So clearly your headline, your subject line, it has to make sense and just kind of straight to the point, because you don't want to have to read, 2 paragraphs before you say, like, what was this about? What did we, what do we need? So obviously subject line, make it, really clear what you need. So then when you go in an email, it's like, I kind of have an idea already and see if it makes sense.
Okay, that's good. And I guess the last question is for the people that really want to know how to engage with you. What do you guys have coming up that the general audience should just know about? What do you have looking forward to that people can engage with you?
Yeah, definitely. So we are finishing up our Power issue, which is coming out in March. And we usually do an event surrounding that, as well as our Turn Gentlemen. So most of those will be on our website or on our social media to see what we do have coming out. Other than that, clearly, be on our social media, comment, share, like. We all need to, we do need to get more eyes and keep building and keep growing so we can keep doing wonderful things. But yeah, and then hopefully this summer we are in Miami. We had an event last ABFF, during ABFF. It was separate, but we had an event which was great. We had Charlamagne on the cover of the Culture issue. We had the cast of the new Bel Air that came out to celebrate with us amongst some.
And ABFF is in June or July? It's in June, right?
Yeah, but so our event was kind of around it. So we were celebrating that issue. So we've always, we have maybe this summer we partnered with the art show last summer out in the Hamptons. So we're probably going to be hopefully do that again. So, everything. So everything is working, and we're putting the pieces together. And like, we're so excited about the future and what's going on. So obviously people can follow us at the Q Gentlemen, and then just kind of stay up to date. And like I said, it's just that engagement part of just kind of knowing what's happening, because we do have some great things happening.
And you are fully Black owned, Black ran, Black operated.
We're fully Black owned, Black ran. Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah. So that's been.
And you guys are paying writers and things like that. You are. If someone wanted to pitch, there is a paid opportunity for freelancers.
Yep, definitely paid opportunities. Reach out to us. We'll see what we got work on. If it all makes sense, then we're open to really different aspects and insights, especially when it comes to just black and brown men, and continuing to just show that we're not a monolith, and there's there's so many things, so many and personalities of who we are, and just the beautifulness of Black and brown men.
Absolutely. I think that's it, Justin. I don't have any more questions for you.
Oh, this was great. Yeah,
you were so revealing. Thank you.
Great. I'm excited for your audience to see it, and thank you for helping us the Quintessential Gentleman, and we'll be in touch, and we'll be watching you, and what you do is such important work. So I love that.
Yes, I'll be there I'll be in Miami in June. I'm going to ABFF this year.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, we definitely.
So I'll see you. I'll make sure I stay connected. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.